the concept of total daily energy expenditure. Now, I want to do a wee disclaimer before I jump into that. I never talk about calories on here because I don't think the discussion is important at all, because you become obsessed with calorie counting and numbers and equations and tracking all your foods and stuff, and I don't think that you need to live like that. I know you don't need to live like that, but I don't think you should live like that either, living your life by a MyFitnessPal or another app or something. I think that you need to be re-educated. This is for the masses. I think people need to be re-educated on what food is and what it shouldn't be. I think you need educated on what different kind of macronutrients do in terms of fuel sources and the hormonal impact of that. And that for me is far more important, and I've actually proved that when you don't count calories and you eat until you're full and you just take care of the quality of the food that you eat, that you not only change your body shape, but you transform your life. You transform how you think, and then Feel Look Be brings you all of the other benefits from all the mindset stuff to the community and blah de blah. So actually it's so robust that you actually realise in time that, why have I been going to a gym this long, slogging my guts out when I've been doing it all wrong? So this is not so as you then go and track your calories and macros and all that stuff. It's just to give you an awareness of what total daily energy expenditure is, what compounds it, what makes it up, and just to give you some context, I suppose. I don't want anybody to count their calories. You obviously can if you want, but I don't want you to. I don't want you to need to do that. What is beneficial is, if you've never counted calories before, it's actually beneficial to know how many calories are in certain things, just for an awareness point of view. That's okay. Don't mind that at all. So, when you realise that calories really are just units of energy, it's heat energy. It's the amount of energy that you could produce by the food that you take in. And that's all it is, really. And understand that energy balance is very dynamic and totally variable, which is why it's so impossible for your personal trainer to say, right, just get into a calorie deficit, boom, and it's fine. Whilst there is truth in the energy balance equation, because there's a law of thermodynamics. If you eat more than you burn off, generally, obviously you're going to put on weight. Not generally, you would put on weight, wouldn't you? By the law of thermodynamics. But if you were to burn off more than you take in, you would lose weight. We get that. We understand that. But when you add in all the different variables from age, weight, height, the fact that you're female, you're on medications, you've yo-yo dieted all your life, your metabolism is sluggish, you've maybe got depression, you've maybe got your hormones and the impact of foods on your hormones. So there's loads and loads and loads of different things. So it would be, I think it's impossible for me to say to you, let's get you in a calorie deficit and you'll lose weight. Nah, don't even need to think about that. So this topic tonight is really just for informational purposes only. I don't want you to count calories. Okay. Total daily energy expenditure. In fact, before we go, if this is, let me do a wee drawing here. Dead easy. In, out, shake it all about. Okay, if this is a scale, this is supposed to be nice and even and balanced. Energy in, so calories in, if it's equal to the calories out, you would maintain weight. The law of thermodynamics states this, right? That you can't argue with a law, right? That's fine. So if calories in was more than calories out, what would happen? Like this, you would gain weight by the law. And if the reverse was to be so, then you would lose weight. I think that's really, really simple to get your head around. We've got it, we get it. Okay, so is a calorie? We'll get onto that in future weeks, not for tonight. This is really, really basic stuff. And every week I'm going to build this up for you, okay? So, let me look at this chart here for you. your basal metabolic rate, this pie chart here represents your total daily energy expenditure, how you actually, what you use your calories on. Now, BMR makes up 70% of that total pie chart. All of the energy that you eat, 70% of it is used by BMR. Now, I'm going to keep this dead simple. BMR is basal metabolic rate, and it really is you lying in a bed. I'm going to repeat this every single week so as you get it. You lying in the bed doing nothing. Still. Fine. I'm going to cover this more next week, okay? Then if you look further around the chart, NEAT, 10% non-exercise activity thermogenesis. That is every time you move your hands, or you're a lecturer and you're at the whiteboard, or you are doing body movements that is not exercise. So walk into the kitchen. You might count that as your steps, and I get that, but it's not exercise. And that's NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. That equates for 10% of what you'll use your calories on per day. Okay, got it? Then we've got EAT, which basically is your exercise. Exercise activity thermogenesis is when you are training. So it's only 10% of that whole pie chart is used by, is what you put your calories into. Only 10%. So when you're going to the gym and you're doing your, hours workout, it's only 10%. All the calories that you'll use. So this kind of puts perspective on it. I've done a video on this years ago, and now and again I show it, but this is really, really simple. It's really easy to get. And the blue one is called the thermic effect of food. And that is how much calories or energy it takes to break down or digest your food. Now, generally speaking, protein takes up 30% of that whole 10%. Protein is the most demanding on calories, on digestion. Then it's fibre, that's 30%. So if you've got a high protein, high fibre diet, that's going to demand a lot of calorie burn, if you like, to digest it. Fats is about 3%, and carbs is about 6 to 8%. So you don't need to know that. They're just wee facts that you might want to store in your mind, but generally speaking, you're not going to use them ever. All you need to know is on our plan, we have good fats, moderate protein, and low bad carbohydrates, but lots and lots of fibre and fruit and vegetables, and the good carbs. Okay? Covered it all? NEAT. Body movements, not exercise. EAT is when you do exercise, so they're both 10%. So that's the physical activity part. And thermic effect of food. The energy that your food demands to be broken down. Easy, dead easy. So what's surprising then is that when you're lying still and your body just needs to perform, so your heart has to beat, you need to blink, you need to perform all the chemical reactions inside your body, that takes up 70% of your total daily energy requirement. Isn't that bonkers? You thought training was the be all and end all. It's not. BMR. NEAT is just the same, 10%. So all the movements and the things that you don't think are exercise, 10% same as that hour or half an hour that you train with me or you go at the gym. And then the thermic effect of food's 10% as well. So that's maybe surprising for some of you. Important to know? Yeah, maybe, probably, but definitely is not required. You just need to stick to the meal plan. But it's quite good that you know what you're using your energy on. Okay? Good. So if you're a 10 stone woman, so say you're 145 pounds, say you're me, and say your body fat is about 23%, you would be carrying on your body about 10,000 calories. Not 10,000, 100,000 calories. But say you were a 10 stone woman and your body fat percentage was much bigger. Say you were 39%, say you were in the obese category. Guess how many calories or stored energy would be on your body? 200,000 calories. So you could be the same weight, but if your body fat is higher, that is all stored energy. So when I'm about to talk about fasting and you think you're going to starve yourself, if you've got 39% body fat, you're going to be absolutely fine. You're going to survive. I promise you. You've got a lot of stored energy in that body of yours. And most people here, I don't think you'll be any less than 20% body fat. Some of you are, but most of you won't be. So there's a lot of stored energy in there. You've got at least 80, 90, 100,000 calories stored on your body. So please bear that in mind. Fasting, I want to talk about that now. Fasting, lots of our Feel Like B clients have been fasting for months. For all of the new people, I don't usually talk about this until week 3. So this is another disclaimer. I don't want you to fast yet. For all the new people, please do not fast. I just want you to be aware of it. Okay, I'm going to share a video with you later on, but fasting is the most incredible way to biohack your way to health. It's amazing. If you have another disclaimer, if you have an eating disorder though, or you have issues with not eating and eating and it just becomes a bit obsessive, then you don't need to fast at all. You don't ever have to fast and you'll still get great results on Feel Like B. So if you stick to the meal plan and eat breakfast, lunch and evening meals, you're going to be absolutely fine. You don't need to fast. However, if you do decide to fast, that's going to be about week 3 for you if you're brand new, because we need you to fat adapt. Now you need to get the good fat, the good proteins, the good carbs, the roughage and the fibre in for your body to adapt. That takes time. It's not a week, and it's generally not 2 weeks either. So you need to normalise your blood sugar, so to limit all of the stuff that you were eating. It takes time for your body to get rid of all of that. It takes time for your body to get its natural equilibrium and electrolytes, as well as all the other levels that we'll talk about another time. And so you're really still finding your feet. But fasting is incredible. Now, if you want a beach body Feel Like Beers that have been on Feel Like B forever, I'm going to say forever, a few months, and you've been fasting, continue to fast. Amazing. If you skip a breakfast, fine. But if you've just started Feel Like B and you're skipping a breakfast already, you're going to start craving. And that's when the cravings do start. When you don't eat a breakfast, because I don't eat breakfast, yeah, but you've been missing breakfast and eating all the crap. You've been snacking, you've been eating all the shit, you've got all that blood sugar in there, and so your blood sugar is erratic. But you've been missing a breakfast. I don't eat breakfast. Well, you do now. You definitely do now. We'll have to get you to eat a breakfast, a lunch and an evening meal so as the cravings stop. And you become satiated because there's good fats in there. There's every single vitamin and mineral and every bit of nutrition in that meal plan for you to make use of as fuel. But you need to eat it to get it in. So bear that in mind. You cannot fast too soon, right? You have to wait until about week 3, but I'll keep you right with that. But this is to say, beach body ready people, drop a dress size in a month, absolutely possible. You could keep fasting. For all the newbies, fasting is incredible. You're going to watch the video. I'm going to post it tonight after this live. So you've got it in your mind. You're not going to do it yet. You're going to get through the withdrawal. You're going to get the good fats in. And you're going to go, I'm starting to feel much better now. What will happen when you get through withdrawal and you start to become a fat burner is this. You will stop craving carbohydrates. Your sleep will return. You'll stop being a crabby old bugger and jumping down people's throats for no reason and getting on people's nerves for no reason, because actually your body's now adapting to fats. You're not fueling it on dirty fuel, which is sugar and hidden sugars and refined shit, really. Absolute garbage. In fact, I'm going to encourage you. I was going to read the 4-day work week. I was going to suggest the 4-day work week to you, but a wee conversation with me and our Jill Shaw. Metabolical is the book that I'd like you to read, and start reading it as soon as you get it. Start reading it. It's the truth about processed food and how it poisons people and the planet, and it's by Dr. Robert Lustig. His work is phenomenal. He's fantastic. Get the book. I'm going to read it with you. When you've stopped eating all that crap, your body starts to change, and it changes in the most magnificent ways. You become happier, you become healthier, you start to lose weight, your body starts to shape up, you start feeling like a better person. You make a contribution to the world because you step up. you're cooking from scratch, you're buying organic food, you're actually trying to save the planet. And you feel good about it. You're chuffed with your own damn self. Well done. Good on you. These are all amazing things to feel good about. So that's fasting. Okay, so from that wee pie chart there, the biggest takeaways of that pie chart are this. Calories are kind of irrelevant because you've got your meal plan and that's your Bible. You're eating your meals. But you could definitely make an impact on NEAT. You could move more. You could take the stairs instead of the lift. You could go on an extra long dog walk. You could take your grandkids out for a play at the park and up your activity level. You could step things up easily. So that's a way that you can impact on that. The thermic effect of food. You can kind of play around with that as well, but really right now your meal plan's set for you. I'm deciding on the macronutrients that you're eating and they're in that meal plan. So let's not worry about that. You can change that, but I've got that optimal for you. Just trust it, okay? And the other thing that you can make a huge dent on is activity. You could be as active as you like. So you could actually burn way more than you're taking in, or you don't. If you don't, if it's equal, you'll maintain. If you exercise more than you're taking in, whoop, it's a negative energy balance, you'll lose weight. But if you eat more than you move, whoop, it's a negative energy balance the other way and you'll gain weight. So it's putting all that into perspective in the most simplest of ways. And I'm sure you totally get it. The variables are, though, so demanding and so difficult to manoeuvre and navigate that it's all-consuming, right? You're thinking about medications. What about my age? What about the fact that I sit at a desk all day long? What about the fact that, my metabolism's shot to bits? I've got fibromyalgia. In fact, I've got leaky gut. I've got all the things that Shelley talks about. I've got fatty liver. I've got all these different variables and this energy balance thing. Don't worry about it. Just move lots. That's why I call it movement instead of fitness. Just move. If NEAT is the same as eat, and that's the activity part and the non-activity part, if you like, if they're the same, dodo, let's push that up. Let's push that up as well. Just move more, exercise more. And it's as simple as that. Nothing complicated in it at all. Okay,